Yo! Hey everybody, welcome back to Quinns Cones. I'm your host, Mr. Cones, and this is the A of my Q&A. Last week I asked you guys to ask me a couple questions. Luckily you guys did. I wasn't left hanging dry, asking for questions and not getting any. That would have been embarrassing. Luckily, the Coners pulled through and asked some great questions. So that's what we're doing today. We're answering those bad boys. So I was actually surprised with the reception of the last video. It got more views in the shortest amount of time compared to any other video I've put out. So I have the video on my phone here. I sorted the comments by newest, and I'm just gonna start at the very bottom and work my way up. So first, we have Hunt, who said, "Nice, bro," with 2 thumbs up. I'm gonna say thanks. Thanks, Hunt. Great way to start the Q&A. Up next, we have Miles Lawson, one of the winners of the Quinns Cones Quinnsmas giveaway. And he says, "What a legend, 275 bench." I gotta say, Miles, thank you very much. 4 years of working out, a year and a half of on again, off again gym closures. I finally got there. 3 plates is next. That's the next goal. So Ilya Fisenko, a friend from many years ago, he asks, "Where'd you get the rack, bench, bar, and weights? Also, congrats on 400. Well, Ilya, I know you're a local Toronto hoodmans, so let me be real. My secret place. On Kennedy Road, south of the 401, there's a gym called Afterburn Fitness. It's my boy Andrew who works there. He can't fully operate his gym because of all the closures, so he essentially turned it into a warehouse, and he orders a crap ton of stuff from all over the place, and he essentially resells it here for decent prices. I got all my plates for about $1.60 Canadian a pound. That's really good in COVID times. There are people on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji selling their 40-year-old rusty ass weights for like $4 a pound, which is insane. Who wants to pay $200 for like a set of 10s? You know, like that's the kind of prices we're talking about here. And so this guy at Afterburn Fitness, he's been hooking me up with all my plates. It takes a while. You have to order it and then wait like 2 months for it to all come in. But for the most part, I'm pretty pleased with the kind of service I got from there. I got everything there. I got my rack, my bar, and my weights. The bench I got from a website called Tidax, which I believe they're in Alberta. So the shipping was a bit much and the bench was a bit expensive, but I want a nice secure bench when I'm benching my life away, you know? So you don't want to be flexing on some dinky ass thing. You want to be nice and secure on your bench. So I splurged a bit on that. Tidax.com and afterburnfitness.com. So now on to That's So Eli, formerly known as That's Solely. He asks, "Congrats on 500. He's from the future as well, don't be scared. "Where did the idea for an ice cream channel come from?" So I mentioned this a couple times. I forget which video it was in, but essentially my buddy Malcolm came up with the name Quinns Cones. I just thought that was such a good name for a channel. And so I just figured, you know what, I guess I'm doing ice cream now because that name is so funny to me. I don't know why, but it is. So the name came before the idea of the channel, and I'm doing the channel because of the name. So shout out to Malcolm for the big clutch moment of coming up with the name and starting all of this, essentially. So up next, we got the Sagacious Scallop, and he's hitting me with the hard-hitting questions. He's asking, "Are you ever in a bad mood? What was your favorite subject in high school? At what age did you start working out? And if you had to move abroad, which country would you move to?" So am I ever in a bad mood? Yes, as is everybody. This is actually my second time filming this video. This is on the Wednesday. This is gonna come out on Friday. I filmed this on Saturday previously, a day after the questions were asked. And I was in one of those moods where you just feeling a bit down bad, a bit glum, and I wasn't pleased with the video. And I kept wanting to film it, but all week it was just ups and downs. And so I finally am riding a high day today. And so I'm figuring, you know what? Today's the day we film the Q&A. So yeah, I definitely do have my moments, as does everybody. It's just part of life. But for the most part, I'm pretty upbeat. So what was my favorite subject in high school? This is gonna shock you, because I am very much a creative. I am not a science guy or a math guy or a geography guy. I'm very much a creative-minded person. But my favorite subject in high school was biology. I only took it until grade 11. I didn't do it in grade 12, but it was my favorite. I wasn't very good at it, but I loved the subject matter. I loved my teacher. I had him for 3 years in a row, and we understood each other. He knew that I wasn't going into science. He knew that I was probably just only gonna skirt by every year, but we had a nice little understanding. So that was probably my favorite subject in high school, was biology. And if I had to move abroad, where would I move? Scotland. I choose Scotland because it's just so pretty. It's so beautiful there. The Scottish Highlands, the water, the little small towns. Going to Scotland and living there would be really cool. So if I had infinite money, I'd totally move to Scotland. Now we got Tess H blinging my hotline, and she's asking, what's my favorite video I've made? This will probably not be a review. It's between the Ben & Jerry's half-baked speedrun and then the 10-hour video that I made where I listen to ice cream truck music. I love that video so much, and it has 4 dislikes, and who in their right mind would dislike that? I got no clue. I literally do what I say in the title. There's no clickbait. But that's probably my favorite video, along with the speedrun. So thank you for the question, Tessica. Always appreciated. Now we got Augustine Cox. We have a very similar last name, as you know. So, Cox boys for life. What flavor would a Quinns Cones themed ice cream have, and do I follow a specific workout routine? So, a Quinns Cones ice cream flavor. As you know, I have a severe clinical addiction to Ben & Jerry's half-baked. And I think the only thing that I'd change about that would be to add a caramel type dynamic into it. Because the salted caramel from Korth Dairy Salted Caramel Truffle is just amazing. I ditch the fudge and have a salted caramel cookie dough type thing with chunks of cone in it too. Because when I had the Oconada flavor, it had bits of cone in it and it added a nice crunch. And so I think it would be like a vanilla chocolate with cookie dough, caramel, and cone inside, you know? Mr. Cone's gotta have the cone, you know? As far as my workout regimen, this is where it's slightly controversial. I used to follow a push-pull legs split, but a few years ago, I totally just rearranged everything. I have a 3-day split still, but it's a chest and abs, a back and shoulders, and a legs. And you're probably thinking, back and shoulders on the same day? Yes. Try it, you won't regret it. And then I kind of just do arms whenever. If I'm not feeling like a proper workout, I'll just do an arm day. So I'll probably hit arms maybe like once a week, but I don't really include arms in my whole regiment. I just kind of do it when I feel like it. Like if I don't want to bench, squat, deadlift, or overhead press, I'll pretty much just hit arms, and I'll do 3 exercises each. 3 forearms, 3 bicep, 3 tricep. Chest is different because on chest, it's chest and abs. So I'll do like 1 ab thing of just body weight because I want to get toned, not big, in my midsection to keep that nice V taper. But for the most part, I hit everything twice or 3 times. So on to Mr. Pookers. Who's my favorite YouTuber, streamer, Instagrammer, and what do I like about what they make? So, as some of you know, I have a severe addiction to Rocket League, and one of my favorite YouTubers is John Sandman. He just uploads just chill gameplay of him playing Rocket League. It always boosts my mood. It's just a chill vibe. And so if you're into Rocket League, definitely check out John Sandman. He's probably my favorite Rocket League YouTuber, as well as Lethemir, who's just insanely talented, super creative guy as well. Now coming over to Instagrammers. This also is a YouTuber as well, but I really enjoy David Lade's content. He's a fitness bodybuilder type guy, but he's also super into cameras and the creative filmmaking side of things. So I think on that note, I'm kind of into that because it's like a little bit of me, you know, a lot of fitness, but also a lot of camera work and editing and creative stuff. So I like his content as well. He's on Instagram and YouTube. In terms of Twitch streamers, gotta give it to my boy Sean. He is my favorite streamer of all time. Of all time! He does gaming videos and they're quality. They're quality. So Kristen Mangoes asks, what is my favorite spice other than salt and pepper? Now, I've known Kristen Mangoes since the beginning of time, and she is teasing me here because I am notoriously plain with what I eat. So, I honestly, actually no, I can answer this. Other than salt and pepper, Keg spice. As you know, there's a restaurant called The Keg, and they have their own special spice. It's got salt and pepper in it, as well as like chili flakes and red pepper. So I guess I'm a bit more spicy than I give myself credit for, but that's my favorite spice, Keg spice. And what's on my gym playlist? So she already knows, she just wants to expose me. My gym playlist, I've got a few. I've got one that's full out EDM, I got one that's classic rock, and I got the one that I think she's hinting at, the Dumpy Development playlist. Now that is just pure Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat. It's very dumpy heavy on the content in there. It's very feminine, but it hits hard on a booty day. Oh my God, you gotta give it a shot. My Spotify's open. I'll put a screenshot up. The Dumpy Development playlist, it just hits different on leg day, you know? Especially when you're doing hip thrusts. It's just too good, too good. And then from Kristen's mom, she's asking, is Ben & Jerry's better than Haagen Daz? For pure taste, Haagen Daz is better. For value, they're equal. But for variety, Ben & Jerry's is better. Haagen Daz has more traditional flavors, just like your salted caramel truffle, your cookie dough, your peanut butter. Ben & Jerry's has those wacky flavors, which are just a bit more outlandish. So if you want to stray from the more traditional flavors, Ben & Jerry's is better. But I just think pure quality and taste, Haagen Daz is superior. So Lily Bridgers asks, what made you want to start a YouTube channel reviewing ice cream? I find it ironic because you seem to have a really healthy lifestyle and work out a lot. Just curious. So yes, Lily, it is ironic. But I follow a very strict mindset of everything in moderation. I don't eat ice cream every day. I don't work out every day. But I try to maintain a nice, healthy lifestyle so that when I do have that ice cream or not work out, it's fine. So pretty much I do try to live a lifestyle that's a bit more moderate. It's a bit more healthy, but everything in moderation. I'm not eating ice cream 5 times a week that often. But if you really look at it, it's just one little pint of ice cream every week. It's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna kill you if you live a pretty baseline healthy lifestyle overall. So be more wantless. Again, hitting with the hard-hitting questions. Do I have a personal philosophy that keeps me going? How do I endure difficult times? I have a real charisma and often seem in good spirits, though I guess presentation is part of being on camera too. I hope you and your channel do well. Also, the kiss at the end. Your eyes grew 4 times the size, lol. So thank you for the question. This is a great one. We're about to get deep here. Back to what I was just saying about living in moderation. That stems from a Stoic philosophy, where essentially you walk the middle path, no extremes. And that's what I've been trying to do recently, within the past year, I'd say, is just live within my means. You can go crazy, but don't go crazy all the time, you know? You want to just live in moderation, no extremes, because extremes get a bit crazy. If I'm eating ice cream all day, every day until the end of time, I'm gonna be a big boy. But I don't. I live in moderation. I don't eat it all the time, so it's fine. And it's the same with working out. You're probably thinking, you gotta work out all the time, you know, if you wanna have a nice physique and be in good health, but it's not really the case. You don't wanna overwork yourself either, so there is a thing of being in the middle and not going too crazy on working out, because rest is just as important, and not eating crazy amounts of ice cream, because eating healthy and proper diet that's not 100% dairy is also good as well. So I try to live within my means in the middle path, trying to go by essentially a Stoic philosophy. And then part of that is also just accepting things you can't control. One of my favorite things ever is the Great Wave painting. It's just a huge wave, and it's crushing all these boats, and some of them are riding the wave, and some are getting all tousled and all this. It's my favorite painting because you gotta ride the wave of life. Essentially, if you resist the wave of life, you're gonna crash, and you're gonna get collapsed, and it's just gonna be a bad time. You're putting yourself in a position that's just more stressful, because now you gotta survive in the water with your broken boat. But if you ride the wave of life and just don't resist as much, then you can go further and be still in your boat. I'm describing this horribly, but I hope you can understand what I'm saying. That doesn't mean to not paddle and just let life push you around. You still gotta steer, but just ride the wave of life. You can't control it, you might as well enjoy it. Another thing in that similar vein, if you're not if you're upset with something and you don't like it, try to change it. Do everything you can to change it. If things still are a bit crummy and you've done all you can, there's no need to worry because there's nothing else you can do. So I try to live just a more chill life. It's easier said than done, definitely, but I try to follow that mindset of control what I can, do what I can. If I've done all I can, then just chill. But I also definitely have days where the good spirits are just not there. So that's okay too. Sometimes I gotta postpone filming because the vibes won't be good in the video, but for the most part, I'm pretty chill and pretty upbeat. Now we got Gilly Guy, the Zerg to my Buzz Lightyear, the Negan to my Rick, the absolute arch rival of the channel. Let's see what he's asking. He's saying, what would constitute your wildest YouTube dream? Like how big a channel? Ice cream content forever? Fame, fortune? Being content at being second fiddle to Gilly Guy in the ice cream speedruns forever? Well, Gilly Guy, I'm coming for you. I'm tired of being the bridesmaid. I want to be the bride again. So I'm coming back for that record eventually. But in terms of what would make my wildest YouTube dream, as soon as someone makes a fan cam of me, like on Twitter, when people make the stands make those cringe ass fan cams with like glitter and Ariana Grande playing, and it's just footage of like me talking or something. As soon as that happens, I think that's when I know I've made it. That's definitely a goal of mine, is to get a fan cam made. And so once that happens, I'll be content with my YouTube career. In terms of fame and fortune, I don't think this is gonna get very big very fast. This is a very niche market. There's a reason why I'm the only person that only does ice cream. And that's because it's so hard to grow. It's been a year and a half and I'm at 400, which is still amazing, but it's hard not to compare yourself to other people. I'm sure if I started making fitness videos, that market is a bit more saturated and harder to get into, but I think I would have found more success if I went 100% into a fitness channel, because I have a lot of knowledge about that and work to show for it. So I think if I did that, I would have had more growth. But I like my little ice cream channel, and it's more fun. I'll maybe do some fitness videos in the future and some food videos, because I got some very simple recipes I'd like to share as well. But for the most part, ice cream content forever? Probably not. I'll probably stray away every now and then, like I have been. Like I upload a Minecraft video or the toy photography one. But for the most part, I want my baseline to be ice cream. I want to be the ice cream guy. So now we got the final question from Matt. He asks, favorite thing about working out? Favorite OG video game? Best COD? And that's a loaded question. I'd say my favorite thing about working out is definitely the mental fitness side of things. Working out is not just beneficial for your body, it's also beneficial for your mind. And your mental fitness is just as important as your physical fitness. When you're working out, you're releasing all this energy, you're self-improving. It's just such a good time. It just makes you feel productive and like you're doing something, like you're leveling up. This was RuneScape, which leads into the next question. But if this is RuneScape, like just leveling up strength, there's a thing in that community called XP waste, where if you're not playing the game, it's XP waste. And it's the same mindset I have with working out. If I'm not sore and experiencing direct onset muscle soreness, also known as DOMS, then that's XP waste. And I could be doing more. You always gotta be improving yourself, even if it's not visual, it's gotta be at least mental. And you gotta improve yourself for you, not for anybody else. Favorite OG video game, RuneScape, as well as Halo 3. Those two games have a very special place in my heart. I'll consider Minecraft as not OG, even though it's just as old as Halo 3, or a little bit younger than Halo 3. But Minecraft's also there, but if we're talking pure OG video games, RuneScape and Halo 3. Now the best COD, this is where I'm gonna catch some dislikes. Everyone says COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2. You have some people that say Black Ops. I, personally, say Black Ops 2. Now, I say that because the multiplayer was insane. The multiplayer was so awesome. And the zombies, I loved all the maps, even Die Rise. A lot of people hate Die Rise. I love Die Rise. And it's also got Origins, Mob of the Dead, Buried. I also like Transit, which is a controversial opinion. But I had a lot of fun on that map, just trying to stay on the bus as long as possible. Overall, my favorite COD's Black Ops 2. But if we're talking campaign and just overall story, it's definitely the Modern Warfare series. Modern Warfare's campaign is way better than Black Ops. And I'm not trying to disrespect Mason or the numbers, but Modern Warfare is just such a good story with Soap, McTavish, Captain Price, Gaz, Ghost. It's just such a good series. But I just think pure gameplay wise, Black Ops 2's gotta be my favorite. So thank you guys for watching. This has been the A to the Q&A. It's been a lot of fun to film. I can't wait to edit this and answer questions for you guys. It's really fun. So have a great day. Take care and enjoy yourself, and go work out, but not too much. Let your body rest. So have a great day. Take care. Adios.